Hi YouTube, I'm back with another video on Google's Vision API. In this video, I'll show you how to use the face detect feature. So this is what the face detects outputs. It'll output any attributes it sees in an image, the roll, tilt, and pan of the face, and also how confident it is that it is the face. So the first step we'll need to do is set up some credentials. So in my set credentials functions, I have these two lines, so you just need to uncomment these two and add the path to your API key. So if you haven't done this before, I suggest you check out my first video. It is basically how to set up your Google Vision API, and you can just find that on Google. But let's say we have everything set up. So next, the client will instantiate itself, and then I have it initializing some images. It's just the paths to the images or the links to the images. And then we are ready to run the code. So the first function it calls is detect faces URI. So if we open that up, it's going to take in an input, and it's asking to enter a image URL. So let's use this image over here. And I'm just going to paste that in. The basic output that the function gives you will be anger, joy, surprise, and the face bounce. But let's say you want to see, what else it could do. So see additional features. Let's say yes. And then here is all the features that you can get from the face detect function. So you have your roll, pan, tilt, how confident it is of detecting a face. Landmarking confidence, I think that's just locations of facial features. I'm not quite sure what how that confidence is calculated. There's also sorrow, which I don't think goes outputted. Yeah, it's not one of the basic outputs. And then there's also some other features like underexposed, blurred, or headwear. So it's up to you what you want it to output. So I put a debugger right here. So let's say you want to see if there's headwear in the image. So all you need to do is type faces, and let's say the first face, and see if there's any headwear. Likelihood. And 1 is basically the lowest rating, so it rates between 1 and 5, so there's no headwear. Alright, so that's how you detect faces from a URL. But let's say you want to use an image on your local computer. So if you want to do that, just use the detect faces function. And I just modify the code so it takes an image from your local computer. So let's continue to that. Alright, so the second detect faces I'm using a rattlesnake peak image. There's two people in there. So it detected two faces, pretty confident, and they're both joyful. So just use the detect faces function. It can go to a max of 4. I'm pretty sure you can adjust that if you want. But the same thing in this case, if you want to change any of the outputs, you can have it output whatever you want it. Alright, so that basically covers how to use the detect faces functions. Thanks for watching.